Warm greetings from SGT University. Myself, Dr. Shalini Kapoor, Department of Periodontology, Faculty of Dental Sciences, SGT University. Students, in my previous lecture, we have learnt about the various forms of periodontitis. Periodontitis means inflammation of periodontium. And what were the various forms of periodontitis? Chronic periodontitis, aggressive periodontitis, periodontitis as a manifestation of systemic disease. But today, in the current lecture, we'll be learning about aggressive periodontitis. What is aggressive periodontitis? What are the clinical features of this disease and how can we diagnose it radiographically? And the treatment plan for the disease. So let's start learning.
History goes back to 1923 when Gottlieb named it as diffuse atrophy of alveolar bone. It was in the year 1989 when American Academy of Periodontology renamed it as early onset periodontitis. The nomenclature was given because the disease was prevalent among the younger age group.
Based on the understanding about the etiopathogenesis of this disease, American Academy of Periodontology in the year 1999 reclassified it as aggressive periodontitis.
Aggressive periodontitis is a destructive, complex periodontal disease characterized by involvement of multiple teeth with distinctive pattern of periodontal tissue loss and a high rate of disease progression, with an early age of onset and absence of systemic diseases. Students, understand this definition carefully. Destructive means causing rapid destruction of supporting structures. Complex because the etiology is multifactorial. Distinctive pattern of involvement means specifically involvement of incisors and molars. Absence of systemic disease. According to Lang, the clinical features are divided into primary clinical features and secondary. Primary includes first, non-contributory medical history, that is, patient should not be suffering from any systemic disease. Second, rapid detachment and bone loss. Third, familial aggregation, that is, the patient gave a history of a disease prevailing in the family. Secondary clinical features include amount of microbial deposits are inconsistent with the severity of periodontal tissue destruction. That means the patient has very less amount of plaque or calculus present in spite of the destruction. Increased proportion of Aggregatobacter actinomycetum committens. Third, phagocytic abnormalities. Fourth, hyperresponsive macrophage phenotype. Fifth, progression of bone loss or attachment loss may be self-arresting. Prevalence of the disease has been reported with some studies showing up to 51.5% of prevalence rate. Female is to male ratio is 3:1. Females have more predilection towards the disease. Prevalence is highest amongst Black, followed by Hispanic Americans. There are two types of aggressive periodontitis. Localized aggressive periodontitis, known as LAP, and generalized aggressive periodontitis, known as GAP. These can be differentiated clinically, second on the basis of the microbiological findings, third on the basis of the radiographic findings. Clinically, localized aggressive periodontitis is circumpubertal in onset, that is, it usually affects the age group around puberty. But generalized aggressive periodontitis affects the people under the age of 30. Second is that localized form of aggressive periodontitis shows first molar and incisor presentation, while in generalized form the attachment loss affect 3 teeth other than first molars and incisors. Localized form of aggressive periodontitis, there is a rapid or severe loss of alveolar bone, while the generalized form shows the episodic nature. One important thing which we see in localized form is that there are minimal amount of local factors present, while there is marked plaque and calculus present in generalized aggressive periodontitis. The main organism responsible for localized form of periodontitis is Aggregatibacter actinomycetum comitans, while in generalized aggressive form it is Porphyromonas gingivalis. Lack of clinical inflammation seen in localized aggressive periodontitis, while there are clinical signs of gingival inflammation in generalized form. On radiograph, we can appreciate the vertical or the arc-shaped bone loss that extends from the distal surface of second premolar to the mesial surface of second molar. It is also known as mirror image effect. In generalized form, you will appreciate the generalized extensive destruction of alveolar bone. The etiopathogenesis of this disease is multifactorial, that is microbial, immunological and genetic. Microbial, that is caused by microbes or bacteria, either through the direct action of bacteria or because of the tissue damaging inflammatory response to bacteria. Then immunological. This is because of the increase in the expression of major histocompatibility complex 2 on B cell activation. Treatment of aggressive periodontitis is initiated only after careful diagnosis by trained professional. Overall treatment concepts and goal in patients with aggressive periodontitis are markedly different from those in patients with chronic periodontitis. Treatment should start with scaling and root planing in combination with systemic antibiotics. Systemic antibiotics plays an important role in treatment of the disease, considering the specific microbial nature of the disease. Combination therapy targeting both gram-positive and gram-negative microorganism is the preferred choice. Local drug delivery like 1% chlorhexidine gel, tetracycline gel, tetracycline fibers are other treatment options available to us. In advanced cases, we can think about other treatment options like host modulation therapy, regenerative therapy using bone grafts, full mouth disinfection, positive psychotherapy, and recall visits to check the maintenance of the patient.
So students, today we have learnt about altogether a different clinical entity, that is aggressive periodontitis. The clinical features, the radiographic features and a different treatment plan for this disease. Keep learning, keep growing. See you next time. Thank you.